£4,500 I paid out today. Ouch, that hurt. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Monday night and it's 8 p.m. That means only one thing, the best thing on YouTube. Best turn over then, aren't you?
Siri's just picked that up on my iPad for some weird reason.
Bloody Siri, I'm sick of it. I've turned Siri off. Bloody stupid thing that. Anyway, welcome everybody. I can see plenty of people popping in. Thank you for joining us on your Monday night. Really do appreciate it. I'm Car Boot Chris. I'm a full-time reseller, just in case you didn't know. This is our weekly live show. We give away duck race prizes. We talk about anything reselling, and you can bring up any of your topics that you want to talk about. We'll talk about it. We'll bring it to the front. We'll get general opinion, and yeah, anything like that, you can bring it up. This is Bargain Belle, the wife. Well, introduce yourself.
I'm just here for the coffee. Cheers. No, I'm Bargain Belle, but I'm pretty much just Chrissy's sidekick.
You're not just a sidekick. You're much, much more than that.
I'm pretty sure I am. Once upon a time, I used to have more involvement, but
like what? What involvement did you actually have?
I used to have more involvement. I used to have more input into like going out helping you buy stuff, and I used to help you list stuff, and I used to do lots of things. But now I have a job, a real job.
Well, you always had a job.
I did always have a job, but I've got a job that takes more brain energy from me, and
you don't have a brain.
And by the time I've finished it, I don't want to do anything else. But no, I'm your support mechanism.
Yeah,
I support you in what you do. That's what I do.
Okay. Are you going to say hello to as many people as possible in the allotted time?
Probably not as quickly as I did last week.
You was on like...
I was on fire last week.
You was on something.
But feeling a bit more tired today. It's been a long few days because we went away for my birthday. Went to London and had loads of fun. So, yeah.
I've started the counter. Go.
I'm just because you tell me to go, I'm not going. I'm not ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had a great time, but I'm knackered. So we'll see what you get out of me today. I've got no messages. Where's my messaging group?
Right. She's just not bothered today.
Well, you just started it going when I wasn't ready.
Go, you're a minute in now. You're behind.
Oh, bet I could still get to the bottom. So I've got James D on mine as the first one. Then I've got Angel Tonight, Lynn Jeffries, Kevin Hawthorne, John Parker,
Hillary Road, you missed out.
I said Hillary Road. Ellery Fiddle, Deborah Nardone, Ella, Brummy Time Lord, Paul Baker, Cavalli, Affinity, Resell for Rescue, Limelight Vinted, Emsdem UK, Richard Payne, Flipper Lee, Matt Wyatt, Pitco, Lisa, Oliver Ian, Jeff Davis, Guzzy 67, Ready Steady Retro, Chris Tyler, George's Treasure Shed, Ian G, Nothing Major, Kez TV1, Fluffy the Muffin, Ricky Crow, Ian Forrest, and I'm at the end. See, didn't need your 2 minutes. Quite capable of doing it in less.
There you go, done. Finished.
Hmm.
That is the hellos. Welcome, everybody. What more can we say?
And we've still got music time.
Still got your 2 minutes allotted time. No more hellos to say.
Everyone's asleep today. It's middle to the end of January, and we're all in that weird in-between stage, aren't we, where all the festivities are over, but it's cold and damp and horrible, and nobody really knows what we're doing with life. But
with life?
With life.
Bloody hell. Well, that's a bit deep.
Well, it's the beginning of a new year, isn't it? And everyone's like, where's my life going? What's this year?
Where's my life going? I haven't thought that this year. What are you on about? I've not thought, where's my life going?
Is it just me when you have a
birthday? Are you thinking, where's your life going?
When you have a birthday in January, that's what you think.
I'm worried. If Belle's thinking, where's my life going? And start of 2025, maybe that means curtains for Car Boot Chris.
I'm not going to murder you. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so with all the bloody TV programs you watch. Linda's in. Linda Harding, welcome. Did you say Deborah Sardine?
I did say Deborah Sardine.
Watching President Trump's inauguration, apparently. Oh, I couldn't be doing with watching that.
I can see.
I'm not really that bothered about it, but Deborah's obviously enjoying it.
James said, Happy New Week, everyone. Won't be able to watch live tonight, but we'll catch up in the next couple of days. Maybe my duck will do better without me watching. You never know. You never know. God
bless America, says Guzzy. The new era of hope with Donald Trump.
Monday again. Where did that week go? Never mind where did the week go. Where's the last 45 years gone? See, where is my life going?
George Ross says, I'm thinking of starting Whatnot this year. Now I'm more confident behind the camera. It's just whether it's too much for me to squeeze into life. Not sure yet. Well, there's only one way to find out, George, and that's give it a go. There's no commitment, for you to do like one a week. You could do one a month. I mean, that's kind of the route that I'm heading down at the moment. Is I still want to carry on with Whatnot. I just need to find what I'm going to sell and how I'm going to sell it. I'm just not sure. I mean, I'm out of Whatnot stock. I'm literally, I have some bits, but not enough for a show.
You hammered it over December.
I did actually hammer it up to Christmas, and now I'm kind of out of stock, and it's like, what shall I do? Because sometimes you do a show of clothing, it don't go so well, and you think, is clothing the right thing to do? And then you do toys, and I don't know at the moment. I'm kind of a bit up in the air about Whatnot.
Speaking of Whatnot, I got an email, didn't I, inviting me to skip the queues and become a Whatnot seller. Never going to happen. But thank you for the offer.
Welcome to Thomas on Facebook.
Oh, Paul says Belle is amazing. Thank you, Paul. At least somebody loves me.
And Paul says, I texted Chris 2 weeks ago as one of my eBay items wasn't selling. He helped. So I'm not sure. You're welcome.
That doesn't surprise me. Chris is very helpful. I
will try. I can't guarantee that whatever. Oh, I know. Remember what it was now. Yeah, can't guarantee it will sell, but I can only try. Belle's reflecting. I know. How long have we been together, babe? Like, how long have we been together, and how long have we been married? 2025 is a 7-year itch, isn't it? Is that what you're having?
I think it. We haven't been married 7 years, have we?
Yeah, we have.
Have we?
Well, it's this year.
2018.
Yeah. 2025 this year.
Have we really been?
Is that what it is?
We've really been married nearly 7 years. Oh my God! No, it's because it feels like yesterday. It feels like yesterday we got married. 2012 we got together. So
officially
got together.
That's 13 years. So that's
Bad
unlucky
luck.
for the 13 and the 7-year itch. Oh, bloody hell.
Dun, dun, dun.
Alex's Retro says, evening, you two, hope all is well. Oh, thank you, Alex. I appreciate
Bella,
that.
you have an existential crisis. Oh, I've got a plush that's perfect for that. Santa gave it me. Extra crisis, I can't say the word though. Existential crisis, Bob. It's a little plush that Santa gave me, and it's got metallic hands, and it sits hugging its knees with its hood pulled down. Maybe I need to get him out.
Lisa said, did you hear USA banned TikTok? Yes, I did. Yes. Interesting move, that. It's all to do with the fact that TikTok is part owned by the China state, the Chinese state government. which the USA felt was a security risk, that information from TikTok users would be passed through to China or something like that. So it'd be interesting to see if any other countries follow suit. I believe the UK government, I believe I read somewhere, has already banned TikTok on the phones of official government employees. I read that. I don't know if that's true or not, but obviously due to the security thing, but don't give a shit about the people.
We have a
people
birthday.
Of the country.
Paul says it's his birthday on the 22nd.
Oh, well done, Paul. It's your birthday.
Well, happy birthday for the 22nd. You'll get there in the end.
Happy birthday! Woo!
Have a great day on the 22nd. And Chris Tyler said Belle's never 45. Bless you.
You want to bet?
Songs.
You want to bet? When you wake up in the morning and you roll over and you look at each of it, then you know she's 45. You know that,
and you
TikTok,
would think Chris is 55, but hey.
You know that TikTok or that reel that you see where the is it something like the alarm goes off or something and
he rolls over lovingly,
yeah,
and then it shows the dog going. He sent
some dog.
He sent that to me
with like fangs coming out and scraggly hair. That's what I wake up to in the morning. Luckily, the world of makeup does wonders. No, you know, I'm only joking. You know that.
And you guys are asking me why I'm having a midlife crisis.
Peter Ray's in the house.
Is eBay Live coming this year?
Who knows, Ian? Heard nothing about this. Heard nothing from eBay UK. Absolutely no indication that it's going to come this year.
Deborah Nardone says, I am now known as Deborah Sardine on other channels too.
Really? How does that happen?
Glad it's stuck.
It is a good name though, isn't it?
Wasn't that an accidental AI change of the name when you spoke it in?
Fluffy Muffin says, what would you sell on Whatnot, Belle, if you could sell? Clothing, probably.
Yeah and no, because
what would you sell?
I feel like clothing just goes dirt cheap. So I don't feel like if I was going to put any time and effort into Whatnot, I probably wouldn't want to do clothing. So I probably would go more down the route of what you've done and have like just collectibles, all these people that just have loads of random sort of stuff rather than just clothing. Maybe like a bric-a-brac channel.
Bric-a-brac. That would go even.
Channel.
That's just so. I think you'll end up selling everything for £1. Bric-a-brac.
Yeah, maybe. I'm no good with makeup because I'm not very girly. I don't really know stuff like that.
You could sell like what you could do is you could have a Whatnot where people pay for you to show your feet and stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure there's other channels for that.
Because you've got like these hobbit feet. So like there's probably some right weirdos out there who would love to see your hobbit feet.
Do people like stumpy hairy feet?
Or we could carry on with the OnlyFans page. Gentleman Marketeers in, tempted to start Whatnot as I can get huge amounts of clothes for cheap. The thing is, though,
I'd do one Whatnot show and I'd just sell all my Harry Potter stuff. That'd do well.
Probably would, actually.
That'd do well.
The problem is, it also sells for cheap. Unless, like, you've got cracking brands, you know, like, really serious. If you're selling high street, it's going to go for £1, £2, or £3. But I did make a comment on Simon's recent video. I don't know, it wasn't the most recent one, but where we'd bought some stuff in bulk and sort of sold a lot of it to the clothing, kilo places that pay 50p a kilo or whatever. And stuff like that, you'd have probably got like £1, £2, £3 each on Whatnot, which would have been like 5 or 6 times the amount that you got from the wholesaling places. So in that respect, it could well be worth.
Fluffy said, "Feet find a website." Chris, that's only fans you want the feet thing. Lisa said I wouldn't bother with high street on Whatnot. I only know because I have bought from Whatnot, and obviously stuff just goes £5 or less. You're looking at high street clothing. I mean, I've seen really good brands go for like less than £10.
The thing is, if you can get the clothing for almost nothing, like Gentleman Marketeer was saying, he got a shed load of clothing. Individual cost prices were like very, very low, like pence or less than £1. If you can get clothing at that kind of level, even if you sell items at £3, £4, it's better than weighing it in.
Yeah.
It's better. It's 5, 6, even 10 times better than weighing it in. So if you can get it super cheap, then it's worth it.
I just still feel like it'd be a slog to stand there for hours trying to sell items of clothing for £1. I'd rather just put them on Vinted and sell them for
start them at £3 instead of £1. Don't start them at £1.
Yeah. Fluffy Muff. No, we've done that one. Oh, Angel said, we love you, Belle. Love you too, Elaine.
Fluffy Muffin, we actually forgot to put into that perimenopause. So God help me over the next little while.
To be fair, it's that, not a 7-year itch. For all you ladies out there that are in this age category and above, you'll all know where I'm coming from. It's a load of bollocks. That's all I can say.
Oh, is Trump lifting the ban on TikTok? Ooh, I did not know that. If that's true.
Is that his big sell? Ophelia's with us. Hello, Ophelia, and the Gentleman Marketeer.
Yeah, I've already said that.
Have you?
Simon. Flipping Wolf, word of advice, don't use Eureka to earn extra money. What is Eureka, Scott? Let us know what that is. Don't know what that is.
Don't use Eureka to earn extra money.
Ian G, I'm worried TikTok might be banned here. Topless dancing actors a gold mine.
Oliver Ian says you got married when Walking Dead was a thing, Belle, in case you forgot. Still a thing, Walking Dead.
That's a good point as well, Pitco, about data protection, Vinted Pro. Never mind TikTok.
And just Elaine says, my daughter's Laura's 35th birthday on the 1st of February, next Saturday. Well, happy birthday to Laura. Hope she has a lovely day.
Oh, BT. Welcome to BT. Came across your YouTube podcast last week. I'm currently going through your boot sales at number 56. Bloody
That's
hell.
a good slog, that. Well done, BT.
Well done.
Yeah, well done.
I genuinely appreciate that. Thank you so much for going back and finding it. It's interesting how people find the channel. Quite a few people over the last 6 months has found us via the podcast. A couple of our YouTube members have found us via podcast, which is interesting. And the podcast will be back up and running ASAP. As you can see, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not coughing my guts up tonight. Not quite there, but I'm hoping today I've barely coughed at all. So I'm fingers
You know why
crossed.
that is? Because you've not really been out.
Yeah, fingers crossed I'm on the end of it.
Deborah said she watched the video where you surprised me with meeting Santa. It was so fantastic, the emotion of that surprise. You know what? He got a better reaction arranging for me to meet Santa than when he proposed to me.
Probably did.
But it was amazing. And you know what? I can't believe that popped up. That was a year ago. That was a year ago when that happened. It's just crazy. I messaged Santa yesterday with it and I'm like, how was it a year ago when we met? It literally feels like 2 seconds ago. Life's just going way too fast.
Jeff says, shocking news about the guy from Blue Harvest Toys. Does anybody out there remember Mark from Blue Harvest Toys, the YouTube channel?
No.
Well, he's currently in prison.
Oh, okay.
If you want to know more about that, I'm not going to talk about it on this show, but go and Google. No, don't Google. Just after the show's finished, go on YouTube.
Everyone's Googling now. You can't say something like that. People are Googling now.
No, go on YouTube later and search Blue Harvest Toys. There's plenty of videos made from the toy community about Mark and why and how he's in prison. It does not make good reading or watching.
Dan says hi from Edinburgh. Hello. Hope you're okay. Ian says, evening, sorry I'm late. The dog ate my homework. Whatever. Heard that one before.
Only cool stuff.
Hi. Zabu said, Belle would sell Chris's collection behind them 100% profit.
Yeah,
if I thought I could get away with it, I would do. To be
Definitely
fair,
she would.
Chris is selling his own stuff at the minute, aren't you? You are.
I'm selling quite a bit of my own stuff at the moment.
Oh, tell him who you sold recently.
Who did I sell?
Who did you get rid of?
Don't know. Zig and Zag.
Zig and Zag.
Zig and Zag went.
They've gone.
Zig and Zag have gone. $39.99.
Everything's got a price on in this house. Everything's got a price. If I sit still too long, I'll be out the door in a box.
Guzzy says, "Can we say
that sounded bad?
Happy
Don't
birthday?
want to be out the door in a box.
Happy birthday to what does it say?
Janie Vu.
Janie Vu.
As we will be away for her birthday.
Happy birthday! Woo!
Must be.
So Guzzy and Janie Vu, are you a thing? You an item? Always baffles me because we find this quite a bit, don't we? Where we have like two people watching them find out they're actually a couple.
George's Treasure Shed says, "Whatnot is so heavy with clothing sellers. I do toys and collectibles." Okay, that's good. I'm trying to be a bit different to others. I like Chris's pick from the wall idea. Yeah, go for it, George. Yeah. Go for it. Why not? Try it. The question is, can you get enough stock to keep doing shows? Or, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you doing a couple of shows to clear what you've got and then waiting until you've got more stock and then do some more shows. There's nothing it says you've got to do every show every single week and whatnot. You don't have to at all.
No. But going back round to what you were saying about deciding whether to do it because of having enough time in life, you will find that Chris has done this multiple times. He comes up with these ideas of things he wants to do. And I'm normally the voice of reason going, look, we're doing enough. Do you want to do more? And he goes, does it, and tends to find it's too much. You did it when you tried to start up the second channel, didn't you? Us doing
two YouTube channels
things together. And he had the same thing when he did the movie.
But I have to try these things to find out if I can do it or not.
He can't get rid of it out of his head until he tries it and realizes I'm right. So that's all you can do. Try it, see how long it takes you. And if it's too much, you stop it. It's not the end of the world. You only live once. Only Cool Stuff says, my honest opinion of Whatnot is that the website is in the main cheapening itself. The problem is no one knows about it. I was speaking to my hairdresser the other day, and she was going on saying that she's always online buying stuff and doing things. And I mentioned Whatnot to her, and she didn't have a clue what I was talking about. Yeah. The average Joe outside of the reselling community, how are they even finding out about Whatnot?
It's the biggest problem Whatnot have, and that is the general public do not know about it. I've said this before, right? You go into your local town centre and you do like stop a few people, all different ages. I guarantee 99 out of 100 have never heard of Whatnot, and that's the problem with Whatnot.
Paul Baker said, bought a Wilson Pro staff tennis racket with cover for £3 yesterday at a car boot. Sold it on eBay today for £55. Ooh, that's a good flip. Very good flip.
And Olive Reen says, Chris running business ideas with Bell means he's already decided Bell's selling feet.
Related memorabilia on Whatnot 25. You heard it first here. No, probably.
Only Cool Stuff Z says he'd rather sell stuff at a car boot instead of selling it on Whatnot for £2 to £5. That's fair comment. Yeah.
Oh, it's just warmer doing it on Whatnot.
Well, yeah, there is that. But also, I've forgotten what I was going to say. It's gone totally out of my head.
I don't know what you're going to say.
Also, like when this is another thing, George. If you're still listening, when you sell clothing on Whatnot, it's a piece of cake. You can do all your packing. It's done in an hour. Even if you've had a 3-hour show and you've sold 100 items, your packing's done super fast. You sell toys and collectibles, right? If you do a 3-hour show and you've got 50, if you've got 50 sales on Whatnot, toys and collectibles, you're talking 3 to 4 hours to pack it. You've got to factor that in, George, into your can I do it? It also takes a couple of hours to set up your show, like get your walls ready, get your stock ready, do all the logistics in the room. You got all that to think about, like your lighting and where you're going to put your camera and how you're going to manage when someone buys something, where you're going to put it, how you're going to bag it. And then that's a couple of hours before. You've got a 3-hour show, and then you've got 4 hours to pack afterwards. So that's also what you got to bear in mind. It's not just
but that's
easy.
only if they're a good sort of proactive reseller like you. The last person I bought off on Whatnot, they didn't send it out for a few days. So,
I would imagine that someone like George would get stuff
but
out.
What
straight away.
I'm saying is not everybody's that proactive where they want it done, dusted, and out the door. So some people probably do break it up a little.
George has got the opposite opinion to see. I'd rather sell 30 items an hour at a few quid than take it to a car boot. That's a fair comment as well, because also when you take stuff for a car boot, there's no guarantee it's going to sell. I know there's no guarantee it's going to sell and Whatnot, but if you're starting things cheap enough, it will almost certainly sell at whatever cheap price you're selling at. Sometimes you take a load of stuff to the car boot and you come back with half of it, don't you?
Or we charity shop it.
Or you end up charity shopping it.
Limelight said they still not watch Whatnot, doesn't appeal to them. To be fair, it can be quite addictive.
It's addictive.
It can be quite addictive.
I have got a video coming out on Wednesday night. All channel members will get to see it tomorrow. But it's all about Whatnot and is it worth sourcing on Whatnot? Is it worth having Whatnot in your portfolio of sourcing opportunities? Look out for that Wednesday night.
Fluffy says Americans have now been allowed back on TikTok. It was peaceful without them for 18 hours.
Bloody hell, I've not heard that it got turned back on.
If you have an itch bell, you may want to get that checked out. I have no itches whatsoever. He's taking the piss. He's taking the piss. He knows everything's hormonal, and I don't really want to rip his head off most of the time. It's just hormonal. It's just one of them things.
Jeff said I tried to sign up for TikTok, but they said I'm too old. It'd be good to have Santa on TikTok, wouldn't it? An official Santa.
That would go down well. Was lifted yesterday.
David Pears says, greetings, starting the process of moving out of the shop.
Ooh.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck. I noticed that he also asked how much for me. Dave's been trying to buy me for like the last...
Send me your best offer.
About 5 years.
Best and final, please.
And you know what? I'm quite impressed, Dave, that you're not put off by the fact that Chris is literally like on the verge of actually selling me because of my hormones. And you still want me, which is amazing. What a great guy. What a great guy. Ready
Steady Retro is looking forward to the podcast. Thank you, Ready Steady Retro. I promise it's coming as soon as I possibly can. I just not been able to do it with being not 100% over the last few weeks, but yeah, hopefully soon.
Dave says saw the video on Blue Harvest. Total shock.
Yeah.
Everyone's Googling it. Ready Steady Retro says, Lily, looking forward to your podcast starting again. Dan said that was easily our best weekend for charity shop bargains. I could have easily spent 500 in Dundee and Edinburgh this weekend.
And Jeff says Mark seemed to be a nice enough guy on YouTube, but you never know the secrets people keep. I know, yeah, exactly. You just don't know who people are. I mean, you don't know who we are. You lot. You don't know who we are. We could be axe murderers. Right, but apart from
the fact we've met quite a few people now from our YouTube reselling world, and everyone will tell you we're exactly like we are on here in person.
Yeah, obnoxious.
what you see,
terrible people.
What you see is what you get.
Laura says, "Hey" on Facebook. Hi, Laura. Hope you're okay. George says, "I can definitely get enough stock in. That's the main reason why I'm considering it as another option." Yeah, you're right. I can have the account and do a show as yeah, absolutely. Just don't commit to like once a week. Just commit to whenever you can do it.
Brett Holt has joined us. Hi, Brett, from the cloudy south coast.
Hi, Brett.
Ready to Director says, if you sit still too long barefoot, those feet will be photographed and sold them. Definitely.
Brett says, indeed, I've taken a break from Whatnot due to a waiting stock incoming. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm having like January off. Come February, I'm going to consider like what I'm going to do properly. I'm going to sit down because I don't want to lose it as an income stream, because it's definitely like when you look at how much I've earned, like even on my 2024 earnings video, how much Whatnot brought in. I can't remember what it was now, but it was at least 10 grand over the year. It's something, 10, 12
Not
grand.
To be sniffed at.
Definitely worth having it in your income streams.
Fluffy said she thought you did all right in the charity shops video. Chris was surprised the stuff
I was surprised as well. You know what? I was expecting not to come away with much. But I've got another charity shop video coming out this weekend. It's got a bit of a different feel to it. So I did all right on the last one, but this one's got a bit of a different feel to it.
Thrift City works out £3 each for designer t-shirts. Ooh, that
Not
sounds
bad.
good. Yeah,
Women are always right, says Laura.
of course.
Not always.
Of course. Dave says, so as you're saying, only trying once, how's the OnlyFans act going? I think you've convinced people that we actually have an OnlyFans account. You've said it that often. Janie Vu says, even though, thank you very much for the for the happy birthday. Yes, Guzzy and I have been together for almost 19 years. Woo! Don't know why I'm always surprised that I don't know why I think that if people are following us, they'll be just like following us as a couple and not individually. Well, happy birthday, Janie View. I hope you have a lovely day.
Yes, happy birthday. Deborah Sardine says, what is Vinteria? Is it? Yeah, I think it's mainly sort of household stuff. Just go on the website, Deborah, and have a look yourself. I believe it's quite easy to like import listings from other platforms, so could be worth looking at.
Brett says he sells Disney pins, but to purchase a pin, you play Deal or No Deal, or the No Deal game show makes it fun. That's what he does on his Whatnot.
That sounds interesting. I don't know if I've seen that before, Brett.
We have to find you. What's your what are you on Whatnot? Because I think that's what you do it on, isn't it?
Yeah. BT says, I went into many charity shops last week. It seems they've cottoned on to branded items and have increased their prices. To be fair, BT, they've, like I said in a few videos recently about charity shops, they've been increasing their prices probably since COVID, really. I think COVID was the turning point where charity shops had to find a different way to operate, find a way to sell stuff, but without opening their high street stores. So yeah, I think since COVID, probably.
John Parker said he picked up 4 Folio Society books from a charity shop this weekend for £10. Still bargains to be had.
Yeah, definitely. There is still bargains.
You went through a phase of trying to find those.
Yeah, I went through one of them where I was constantly looking at books for Folio, just because I had some really big sales. I had like £100 sale, £80 sale. I did really well on some Folios.
Dan said Menkind have a good Funko sale on Chris. He bought some today for under £3 each.
Ooh, I'm going to try that.
That means there's going to be a box.
Is it online? Menkind online?
That means there'll be a box coming if that's the case now.
Oh, I'll have a look at that. There's sale written all over the page. I'll have a look at that. Thank you.
And I've already got 4 huge boxes that have been on the landing for about a week.
Yeah, we've got some unboxings to do. Belle's going to join me
apparently
for some unboxing videos. And so they're going to be very, very interesting. These are 2 items of wholesale. I'm not going to give it away because it'll spoil the surprise. 2 categories of wholesale that I bought in, mainly for the video, but I'm expecting them to be atrocious.
I got told not to cheat and look in the boxes earlier.
So. Don't give it away. But yeah, I'm expecting them to be terrible. I did it mainly for the video, thinking,
can we do it soon so they can get off the landing?
Yeah, we'll do it whenever you're free.
That's not for at least another fortnight.
Well, there you go then. That's when it'll be. So yeah, I'm not expecting good things. You just wait and see. But I might be surprised. Who knows?
Ian said, need something like Panini stickers in the run-up to the World Cup to sell quick on Whatnot.
That would be a good idea. Thomas says, do you guys know if Music Magpie done very well buying and selling clothes? I don't know, actually. What I'll ask my mate about that. My mate's quite high up in the Magpie business, and I'll ask him, how they've got on. Long story short, has sent us a $2 super chat. Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much. But does the tax man show up at the car boot? Or very unlikely, Rob. Very unlikely. But thank you for that.
Andrew says he's totally different in person, much more attractive. I would have to agree, Andrew.
Queenie Conquest, welcome. Not been on Whatnot for ages. Had a nosy the other day. What the hell is going on with the gold selling boys? Over 300 people in live and items selling over thousands. Also sell top designer clothes. Yeah. If you've not been on for a while, Queenie, it has changed a bit. I've not watched any of the gold selling streams, though.
No.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of the chat, and then I've got a couple of things to talk about, including a Vinted failure, a big Vinted failure, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. You could class it as an oh-no.
Dan says, can you remember how many Whatnot shows you did last year?
I had a break partway through the year where I didn't do many for ages, and then I came back at Christmas to maximize Q4. I don't know. I would probably say, like, on average, like 2 a month, maybe, including like the break. So if you included a break of like 2-3 months, maybe, maybe two a month. So maybe 30 shows, perhaps 25, 30 shows. I really don't know. I'm just completely guessing that. Yeah, remember, Blue Harvest. Have you had a look? Have you had a look, guys? Whew. Naughty, naughty boy.
The gentleman marketer says, my wife does not like anything to do with resale. I'm happy to just do it all by myself. She's my rock and completely understands my drive and determination, married for 31 years. That's pretty much us. You do like stuff to do with reselling, though. You come sourcing with me and all sorts. I was going to say, I have no interest, zero interest in being a reseller myself, as in like Chris does it. I don't mind selling the odd bit on eBay and Vinted to make myself a little bit of pocket money. I'm down with that to make myself a little bit of extra. But even though I have somebody that makes a full-time living out of it, I have zero interest in doing it. It's just not there. I'm quite happy to just be Chris's support with his business, which I've said this millions of times, he does amazing with. He's fantastic at what he does. And if he needs the odd bit of support from me, i.e. the odd help with a video or something, or I do go out doing sourcing with you now and again, don't I? And stuff like that, then fine.
Yeah. Deborah says, I went to my first tip shop today. Was surprised I bought some nice items, possibly £4 into 60. Nice. Only trouble is we have to book a time slot down here in Cornwall. Yeah, but you don't have to book a time slot to go into the shop, though, do you? Because we have to book time slots to go to the tip here, but you don't have to.
You can just go to
you can just go to the tip shop, independently of the tip.
It was the same when we was in Devon. We had to book to go in.
Yeah, George says, did you see Clearance Grafter's video where his phone on a tripod got pinched? No, I've never even heard of that person, that YouTube channel, George. Never heard of him.
Linlin says, Mike and Linlin have been together 47 years, married 47 years, married for 40 in September. That's good. That is some good going, Linlin.
40 more years than us.
Tell you what, Linlin, the only reason that is because you're a bloody good woman. If every man gets a good woman like you, all marriages would last 40 years.
What about every woman that gets a good man?
No, there's definitely no. It's definitely you survive if you've got a good woman. Definitely.
Jeff said Chris did 28 Whatnot shows. Have you checked that?
There
Jeff?
You go. Just ask
Is that
Jeff.
true? Is that true? Because that was a bloody good guess, wasn't it? If that is true. Yeah, exactly. Married to reselling, packing. That's why we would never do ceramic collectibles on Whatnot. It would be horrendous. I mean, I know you get a load of sales, but it would take you the whole next day to pack it, wouldn't it?
Well, speaking about ceramic collectibles and posting them out, what was your oh-no for today?
Yes. Okay, I'll give you a bit of an oh-no. So I ordered a bundle of stuff on Vinted. So there were 7 items in a bundle, some clothing and a Jurassic Park framed poster, about a bit bigger than A4, like whatever the next bit one is from A4, and a tiki mug. So they arrive wrapped in a bin bag, and the only thing protecting them was that the seller had wrapped the photo frame and the tiki mug in the 3 items of clothing that I'd bought. So bin bag, clothing, glass and ceramic inside. That's it. And of course,
to be fair, the ceramic was in
the ceramic
bubble
had
wrap.
one layer of bubble wrap,
layer of
nowhere
bubble
near
wrap.
enough. And of course, everything smashed. The picture frame smashed to pieces. It was actually glass. When I looked at the photos, I thought it was just like perspex or plastic front. It was glass. It smashed to pieces. The tiki mug smashed to pieces, and it was woefully inadequately packaged. It was very, very poor. So anyway, I got onto them, and they were very apologetic. I'm sorry it arrived like that, and I'll refund you the broken stuff and all that business. But they started off saying like, if you PayPal me, like if they wanted me to send them the PayPal money for the broken item, so it was like £10 or something, so that they could then refund the whole amount back on Vinted, because Vinted don't allow you to do partial refunds on the system. So I was like, why don't you just PayPal me the £10 for the refund? It blew my mind, but this person could not understand that. And they got really frustrated. And so they cancelled the order and refunded me the whole £40 back and said, and they put a comment saying, just have it all, mate. And refunded me the whole lot. So
he didn't, though, by the way.
I messaged them and I just said, why would you do that? All you had to do was send me £10 on PayPal and we were done. I would have closed the case. And they just said that they'd had a bad day at work and stuff, so they couldn't be bothered dealing with it. So I sent them back. I sent them back £25, which would have made it 35 plus £5 postage, which was the full 40. So I independently sent them back. I couldn't just take all that stuff off them. It's not right. I mean, some people would have done and said, "Oh, see you later. I'll take the £40 back. I'll take all the items."
But he had a good woman at the side saying, "You did the money,"
and I did. I couldn't just take it. It's not right, even though they woefully packaged it. But it's not the point. People have bad days, and yeah,
you don't want to be the person to tip them over the edge.
I'm not going to do that. But yeah, that's a big fail. Again, another Vinted horror story. It happens so often. It's unbelievable. People would not get away with that on eBay. They really wouldn't.
Nope.
Lisa said she likes the videos where we're both in them.
Paul and Julie said is it Paul or Julie? Which one? But it's their birthday this Thursday. Lots of January birthdays going on. So happy birthday for Thursday, Paul or Julie, whichever one it is. You're going to do a happy birthday?
Oh. Who is it? I've missed it. I've not even seen it.
You're just going to ignore what the whole conversation I've just had.
I heard the conversation, but I've not seen the comment.
Happy birthday! Woo!
Happy birthday, guys.
He's shocking.
Is it Paul and Julie's birthday?
I don't know. I don't know which one it is.
Flipping Wolf said, have you seen that new YouTuber?
It's Paul's. Happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul. Rachel, fantastic. Over 1,000 subs in 3 weeks. I've never heard of them, Wolf, unfortunately, but I will have a look.
George Treasure said, did you see that? Did you see Clearance Grafter's video where his phone on tripod got pinched at a car boot?
And no, I've not seen it.
When we was in London and we were trying to take selfies, and obviously it was really, really busy, especially around the theatres, Chris was so paranoid. He kept putting his arm out, and the minute anyone was walking towards us, he was like, they're going to nick my phone.
Well, what I was paranoid about most was when you're standing near the road and you're going like that doing a selfie and someone comes past on a bike and grabs your phone. You see it on CCTV stuff on TikTok and Reels and stuff where people grab your phone. So I was really paranoid about that because it's so busy in London. January, it's rammed. The place was rammed. Only cool stuff. That's nice of you. Some people would have kept them. I couldn't do it. It's not fair. You got to be fair to people. They just refunded a 40 quid, and I'm like, why'd you do that? All I wanted was a tenner back. You didn't need to do that.
Ian Forrest said that his other ass has bought them a thermal label printer, which is a game changer. Definitely was for you when you got yours, wasn't it?
Thermal printer is one of the best things you can buy. El Reventa says everyone should check their eBay postage policies. I saw an Insta post about GSP being turned off. I checked mine and GSP was turned off on the postage policy, and I'm not the only one to check. Only one go and check. Oh, go and check, guys. I know mine's on because I had a look this morning, and you can sort your listings now with a filter, GSP on and GSP off, and you can see what listings have got GSP on, and you've got to see what listings have got GSP off, and that's on a filter on your listings page. So very easy to check. All mine are on. All 960 whatever are GSP turned on. But I don't use postage policies. So maybe it's a postage policy thing, El Reventa. I hate postage policies. They are the devil's work. I've said it before. I hate them. They're just one big hot mess. So I don't use postage policies. It could be directly linked to that.
Dave Repair says he's nearly 50.
Oof.
Wow, Dave.
Half a century. Dave. That is old.
Getting old there, mate. I'm back down in your neck of the woods next week, Dave. I'm back down in Devon for a few days.
Don't tell him that. He'll be bloody stalking you.
You're joking. We lived there for like nearly 3 years, and he literally came to Torquay once and never even came and knocked on the door. He knew exactly where we lived as well, and he never even knocked on the door. Project
Games. I don't know what that is. No idea what that is. Let us know.
Dan said, did sales pick up last week, Chris?
Yeah, picked up last week. What am I on this week? So I'm on this week. I'm on right now. I'm on about 700 after fees. So my 90-day on the app is about 700, that is after fees and stuff have been taken off. So,
Rachel Fantastic is actually with us. Hello, Rachel. We said it took them 8 weeks for 1,000. 3 weeks would have been awesome.
Wow.
That's still really good going.
I'll have to check Rachel's page out. I honest to God, I don't think I've watched any video from Rachel.
But thank you for being part of our community,
Welcome.
Rachel. Ian says if your account hits too many defects, they turn GSP off.
Really? I didn't know it was a privilege of having an account in good order.
The gentleman says I use postage policies, but I only sell in one category, clothing.
Probably a bit simpler then, but postage policies, in my view, are the devil's work. I hate them.
Paul and Julia said we bought a DVD today, brand new for 10p, and it's going for £78 on eBay. Bloody hell, what DVD was that? Didn't even think DVDs were worth that much these days. Lies, I rang your doorbell and you were at the beach. Oh, was that what it was, Dave?
That was it.
Was that what it was? I take it back, Dave. I take it back.
Could have come down the beach, though, couldn't he?
My old brain.
Could have come and found us.
My old brain.
Or he could have sat in his car and waited for us to come back.
You did ring, didn't you? Because didn't we see him on the doorbell?
Yeah.
Afterwards. I take it back, Dave. I apologise. You did make the effort. But we still never got to meet you, did we? 3 years and we didn't get to meet you.
Oh, did we raid you? Apparently we raided Rachel and whatnot once.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm 40. I'm 47 this year, Rachel. You cannot expect me to remember anything like that. Terrible.
Well, I hope it was worth it. I hope you got a few people over and, somebody made some purchases.
That's good. I don't even remember what I did this morning before lunchtime, so...
Jeff says, nice coffee mug, Chris. Tracy says, thank you, Mao, muchly.
Yeah. So this is my favourite mug, this.
It is.
Love
He uses it all the time.
It's really nice to drink out of there. I love the shape of it. I like the little cone shape type.
And for anybody that isn't aware, this is Santa's wife's coffee shop in Raleigh. If you're ever over that way in North Carolina, the Bad Cat Coffee Co. It's on my number one bucket list place to go now. To visit. We very kindly got gifted one. Was it last Christmas? Not obviously last Christmas. The Christmas before. I think it was, wasn't it?
Didn't these come from our trip?
No, we got them in the post.
See?
We got them. We got t-shirts.
I can't remember.
We got t-shirts
we
in
got
January.
T-shirts, Chris said, I enjoyed your last charity shop video. Did the old girls until chat you up? What bit was that?
The old girls until. Oh, if it was in that first one, they never stopped talking the entire time we were in there. They were going on because one of them had spent Christmas at a daughter's villa somewhere abroad, and she was literally like banging on about this villa and making all the other old days jealous. But yeah, they were funny. They were funny.
Tapered, apparently, that is. Not cone-shaped. Cone-head.
Few misses, sadly, now you're foreigners. We technically are. We live in another country now, Dave.
Helen says, you think you're old, wait till you reach 64. 64 next week. Oh, hello.
It's
Happy birthday! Woo!
You should have known I was
no,
going to press
but what I
that.
was going to say is it after Monday next week?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You can have another one.
You get another one next week as well.
Okay. Belle's memory is great. She is correct. T-shirts in St. Augustine. Muds were sent in the post.
Mugs were sent in the post. It's just me. My memory is shocking, so it's amazing that I remember anything.
So today, I sent £4,500 to HMRC. Oh, the robbing bastards. 4.5 grand. That was a lot. I mean, luckily, I save up my taxes anyway. How does everybody else deal with their tax money? Do you save it up in a separate account? What do you do with it? I used to pay mine immediately after I did my self-assessment. Now, I wait until the month that it's due. And I'll tell you why I do that. Is because I save that money up every month when I pay myself. I save the tax money and I put it into premium bonds. Now, you could put that money anywhere. You could put it into an ISA. You could put it into stocks and shares stuff, whatever. Make it work for you before you hand it over. So now I leave it until the month it's due. In this case, I owed HMRC 4.5 grand before the end of January. But it had been sat in premium bonds for the last sort of 6 months or so because I made a payment in July as well. I think you make like 2 payments a year. And it's earned me somewhere between £500 and £600 in premium bond wins.
Which has gone off our mortgage.
Which, yeah, exactly. It's gone straight onto our mortgage as overpayments. So if I'd have paid off that money immediately, you've lost that money. But you could essentially invest it in whatever you want.
Taxman popped in saying, thank you very kindly for the 4,500.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so painful though having to pay that.
But you helped towards mortgage with it as well. So.
Yeah, we paid off some of the mortgage.
Do you get free prescriptions in Wales?
Yeah, we do.
We do. Not that it matters at the moment, because for the first time in, especially in my life, because I'm normally the one that's got problems wrong with them, I have no reason to be getting anything from the doctors.
Touch wood, that's a good thing.
I know. Now it's free and I don't have to pay for it.
Oh, and plus, good news. We've been without a dentist for like 2-3 years. 2 years, whatever, 3 years.
Ever since we left Devon.
And we had a phone call this last week saying we've got a place.
It's actually only been a year and a half. We had a dentist before we left Devon. Yeah,
but then
we saw them just before we left
saw
Devon.
them in March, so it's coming up to 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a phone call from a dentist near us to say we've got a place on our list. NHS.
Things that you get excited about at our
so
age.
excited. So excited. I can't wait to go to the dentist.
Yeah. It is good. We finally got somewhere. Fluffy said save it into savings account, then pay it in the middle of January.
Definitely, yeah. That's what I do now. Save it in whatever account will give you the most money back, or in whatever way you can earn the most.
Dave,
mind you, if you put it into something like stocks and shares ISAs, remember it can go down as well as up. Sound like an advert now.
Dave says his is an HMRC direct debit, £10 a week, mostly to stop him from spending it.
That's fair dues. Yeah, taxman's there.
Ian says I got stung with stock in hand, taking me into profit, so ended up with a small tax bill in my first year.
Oh, well, it's not the end of the world, is it? Paying tax is good. It's good because it means you're earning some money. A
gentleman says, I'm getting the accountant to work it out. It's a lot more complicated now with VAT, personal tax and corporation tax. All comes at different times.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in that boat right now. I'm not too bothered about doing all that at the minute.
Flipping said they said that his assessment isn't due until April. It's his first year of selling. And Affinity said, just had a look and I've randomly got 4 items not enrolled in the GSP, but not bad as I've got 2,500 listings. Never use policies, too confusing.
Yeah, policies are horrible. Angela on Facebook says, I pay my tax every now and again. I find it helps. Yeah, whatever works for you. If you feel like you need to pay a bit every now and again just to keep it moving, that's fine. Equally so, if you feel confident enough to put away the money yourself and make it work for you.
Chris is very good at not touching money when it's being put away.
Yeah, I don't like touching money. If I set up a pot of money or a stocks and shares ISA or bitcoins or whatever, I like to just pay in. I don't like to touch it. I've not touched my stocks and shares ISA since I opened it. I've never taken money. I've only ever saved in it. I've never taken money out of that account since I opened it, and it's
you
been
are a good saver.
Several. I don't even know how many years it's been. 5-6 years, never touched it.
One day I'll find out I'm married to a millionaire.
I know. Probably when I die, you'll find out that you're absolutely minted.
Yeah, all that time. Shabba says, I haven't had a dentist in 5 years, can't get one, so mine is based in Poland and usually go for checkups once a year. It's cheaper. That doesn't surprise me. We were going to keep our dentist in Devon and do the same. We were just going to do a couple of trips down a year to have our
even one
checkups.
a year.
Or one a year. But just as we were leaving Devon, our dentist went private. So they literally, we were already being forced. Screwed. Yeah, we were already being forced into being private. But might actually be able to get my tooth sorted because I've never been back since. But fingers crossed, ever since they put that temporary thing on, I've not had any issues with it. But I think.
But you're going to have to.
It's going to be taken out.
Deal with it. Deal with it now whilst we've got NHS.
Something to look forward to. Woohoo!
It's not nice.
Yay.
Santa says earlier it was mentioned that there are some folks who are not like they appear online. I can confirm that these two are exactly how they appear. Oh, thank you, Santa.
And we can say that Santa and Tracy are even better in person. They are. They are lovely.
Apart from Santa does have several aliases.
But yeah, we've been really lucky to meet quite a few people from our reselling community. And you know what? We've not met anybody that we haven't not wanted to see again. Everybody we've met have all been really, really nice people. So yeah, I think we do have a good bunch following us.
Dan says we are maintaining 1,000 listings on eBay now. That's good. Andrea's starting her own YouTube channel next, and I'm buying a drone to. Wow,
big plans, big plans.
Dan, what's the channel name? Can we follow? What's the channel name? Let us know.
Do a bit of sharing is caring, shall we? Anybody we haven't done this for a while, but if you've got any YouTube channels, what other channels do we do? Instagram pages, eBay, that you want any people to follow or do whatever, feel free to let one of our admins know. We have lots, and they can put your link in if anybody wants to follow. Sharing is caring.
Richard said submitted my return in October and will pay at the end of next week. Comes out of the business account, which doesn't pay interest, but want to do something like you next year. Yeah, invest it, Richard. Do something, make it work for you. You know, look, I would seriously look at premium bonds. It's not guaranteed income, but the averages say that you will earn, you know, a certain percentage over the year. And I earn between £500 and £600 on my sort of $4,500 that I had. Although every month that increased by sort of 300, 350. That's what I used to put in every month. Sorry. So yeah, have a look at premium bonds or, you know, ISA, stuff like, you know, anyway, you're not daft.
I'm confused. What did I say, Fluffy the Muffin, for her response to be, I'll help you hide the body, Belle? what
you said?
What did I say?
No, we were saying when I snuff it, you'll be loaded.
Oh. Are you willing to be an accomplice so we can get that money early? I'll share.
Wolfman's Goodies is in. Welcome to you.
Santa says he's got one account. Whatever,
yeah. Jason Heron, welcome. Hiya, Chris. Jason, who sold you the Jackson
bundle, got back into reselling again last January. Michael Jackson bundle. With the leather jacket. When you got that, Mike, wasn't it? That when you got the Michael Jackson leather jacket, the t-shirt.
I don't remember.
We just had a
Jason,
conversation about his memory being shocking.
If you were here 10 minutes ago, you'd appreciate that my memory is awful. Oh, I think Belle's right.
I know.
It's coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me now, said Meatloaf.
Oh,
getting
try living
got
with
back into reselling again last January. Oh, good luck, Jason. Good luck.
Any more bundles for Chris to buy? You know where he is.
Let me know if you want to flog me anything. Shabba says summer barbecue reseller meetup at the Haydens this summer. Then you never know. Maybe we might organise something. What do you reckon?
I'm quite happy.
We thought about it last year, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to host a garden barbecue party. Go for it.
Or we could go down to Baysville at the front as well.
We could do both.
Traipse everybody down to the beach bar.
Yeah, we could do both. But I'm more than happy to host that. Be good fun.
George has got a 5k subs goal this year. If anyone's not subbed to George, get in there.
Paul and Jude said we bought today a TY teddy bears times 4 for £1 and sold them for £10 each. That's really good because not a lot of TY.
Yeah, sometimes
TYs
are a big fail, but if you've done that, that's good.
Dan says we haven't started yet. We are at the planning stage, but plenty to film in Blackpool and Lancashire. Yeah, definitely.
But Dan, if I could give you guys one bit of advice, don't plan too much, because sometimes you can just keep planning and it never happens. Just do it. Just do it. Pick up your phone, go and film it, pull it together, and put it out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Your videos will never be perfect when you first start. And they'll probably never be perfect when now. I mean, my videos are still very, very average after sort of 10 years of making them. My videos are not the most technically beautiful videos, but
But you are thorough with them.
I like to edit them in a certain way, but they're not as good as many different channels, that's for sure. But I would say, Dan, don't think about it too much. Just go and all you got to do is think about what your first video is going to be. And just get out there and do it.
Guzzy said, is Bitcoin worth it? Chris, don't know much about it.
You just got it's risk. All that kind of stuff, stocks and shares, Bitcoins, crypto, it's risk. It goes up and down. I was negative. I think I've got about 500 quid in crypto at the minute. And I was negative 100 at one point. But you just have to sit it out and wait and wait and wait. And it comes back up again. But it's I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just leaving it there. I'm considering closing it down, to be honest with you, the crypto. It's so volatile that I'm not sure I trust it. I think I would rather probably put it into a stocks and shares ISA, which I already have. I could put that money straight in there. I might do that over the next few weeks because I don't really like volatility too much, but sometimes stuff that's really volatile are the ones that can give you the biggest gains, but only if you think about it long term. You can't think, I'm going to put money into crypto and then in 6 months I'm going to take it out and be a millionaire, or I'm going to take it out and double my money. It's the long game.
I've just put a face to the name. Though. I've just put a name to the face, should I say, for Brett Holt.
Oh.
Because he put in his whatnot. So I've just been and I've just followed you on whatnot.
Oh, I forgot as well. Today I was in the post office and someone said, I've just been watching you on YouTube this morning. He didn't say it like that. If you're watching now, sorry, I didn't want to make you say. I was just giving it a different voice. But yeah, I was in the queue.
He's not very good with accents.
I am good at accents.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I was in the queue in the post office. And this guy says, I just watched your charity shop Denby video.
So I have just started following you on Whatnot Geezer UK.
There you go, Brett. BT says, I have seen only one annoying person standing in your way at a car boot. Has there been any other issues that have happened that you have not shown? Sometimes I had a really nasty confrontation at one car boot. Where the family literally laid into me for not literally but laid into me verbally about filming. demanded that I show them the footage and delete it and all this business. And it was pretty intimidating. It wasn't, I didn't release it, obviously, because they didn't want to be on camera. But, you know, I'm not the kind of person to put it out for drama like some channels do. I'm not a drama channel, so don't follow me for drama. But luckily, there was a fellow viewer, a subscriber, who actually came into the conversation, who was walking past and actually watches the channel, heard this whole thing going on and gave it back and stuck up for me, which was very nice of them.
Chris, you're not a very confrontational person, are you?
I'm not, but also I can't just lay into someone because I'm meant to be the person in the public eye. So therefore I have to remain composed. I can't just lose my rag, because then that's just, everyone just says, oh, Car Boot Chris is a bloody nutcase. I have to stay composed.
You did have another guy who sent you some really, really nasty messages after he'd seen you at a car boot, after he'd seen you at a tabletop in Devon, didn't he? Which we ended up not publicising it, because we were actually quite concerned about this person, because the level of detail he went into in terms of, we clearly had been around Chris, like given what car he was driving, and so we kind of knew he was genuine, that he had seen Chris, but he was really nasty in like describing how Chris had been horrible to somebody at a car boot, where where he was like spitting in this person's face while
apparently
talking
I was spitting
to
on
them,
somebody,
and he was like going on with your horrible crooked teeth, and he was like really, really like proper laid into him, and it was quite shocking, really, how much, it was a massive paragraph, how much hate he went into. But I said to him, do not put that out on YouTube. Don't go and say anything, because we were so concerned that this person could have followed him and knew where we lived, and they didn't want to add fuel to the fire. So, because he obviously knew who Chris was,
and he watched me go back to the car, because he said that he saw me what car I got into and everything. It was really, really nasty.
It was awful, the stuff that he put, really like absolutely unnecessary. The rubbish, the absolute rubbish that he'd put in this message was just nasty. Absolutely no need for it. So yeah, there are some things that we just.
I also got a lot of abusive comments. Some of them are probably still up. If you look for the car boot video where I went to Mona Car Boot in Anglesey, if you look for that one, it's probably like there's a tiny bit of drama in it, but I covered up the stallholder's face. We had a conversation where I made an offer, he rejected it and said it was like an insulting offer, and then that was it. That was the drama. Wow, big wow. I didn't even show the guy's face. I protected his privacy. And I got so much abuse from the people who had stalls at that boot. They'd obviously discussed this video with each of their stall holders. They sent me so many abusive messages. I will never go back to that car boot sale. I'm obviously not welcome there anyway. But it wasn't even drama. When you look at some YouTubers out there, the content they put out were drama, fights, theft, all kinds of stuff. I would never dream of putting that stuff out on YouTube. And I'll tell you why, because if I did, I would probably get banned from that car boot sale, because what car boot sale wants their event to be seen as having fights at it? Nobody wants that for their boot sale.
I mean, someone's mentioned there about the video we eventually put out of the one where the guy under his breath kept calling you a wanker.
Yeah.
That video didn't go out to after we moved away from Devon, because while we were still living in Devon, it was the same thing where I said to Chris, I said, don't put it out. I said, because you don't know if you're going to bump into that person again. And at the moment, he's just being an absolute moron and like saying stuff under his breath. I was like, but I don't want to give him any reason to confront you like directly with something, because you've put it out on YouTube. So we left that, and that only went out publicly once we'd moved and we were up here.
Yeah.
And then we were like, right, we'll put it out because we're never going to bump into this person again, and we'll sort of show him as it is. But we are very mindful of trying not to cause drama.
I don't want drama. I'm not interested in it. Some YouTubers literally have grown their channel on drama, and I'm not interested in one slightest little bit in that. That wanker video, that's nearly got 100,000 views, that one now.
Yeah.
And it keeps growing every month. About 1,000 views a month.
But that was quite old before we allowed, because I wouldn't. You kept wanting to put it out, to be fair, and I kept saying no, don't do it. It's not worth it.
No, I wanted to put it out, but also I knew that in doing so, I could probably not go back to that boot sale, and I had to leave it until we left.
It's not that you just don't know what. If people are willing to be like that with you when they don't even know you, all they've seen you is on a YouTube video, they actually don't know you as a person. And if they're willing to be that way, I'm always worried about what other steps they're willing to do. And it's just not worth putting yourself at risk over stupid people like that, or for the sake of having a video out on YouTube. So Brian's put there, some people really have nothing better to do with their lives. These people are just ignore, ban, block in any ways possible. Brian, no time for people like that at all. Ian said, spread the love and give no attention to negative morons. I like
Jeff
that.
says, meet up, make it late May or early June. Still trying to organise a UK trip. Oh, Jeff, as soon as you know some possible dates, make sure to check in with us to make sure we're around. Because there'd be worst thing ever is if you came to the UK and we're like on holiday or something.
Chances are late May, early June, and we're not going to be, because we've got hen parties, stag do's, and weddings all around that time.
Yeah, we have got a lot
going on in May and June. Flipping Wolf said, this is where you are better than other channels. Most would have turned it into a clickbait drama show. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth the hassle.
I'm not interested. It's not sustainable.
The thing is, Chris really takes to heart some of this crap that people put as well.
You can't help but take it to heart sometimes. A lot of the flippant comments you see, and I share it in the Discord group. I share a lot of the dodgy comments I get. Most of them you can laugh off and put a sarcastic comment on, and that's it. But there are some that just cross the line, and it does make you wonder what you're doing it for. Only Cool Stuff says, has got a tip for Dan about making videos. Once you start making vids, keep going. As if you stop, it can be hard to get back into it. Yeah, definitely.
Stacey said, a good job to put your safety first. Some unstable people out there. There are, people have been targeted for a lot less, and it's just really not worth it. It really isn't. I mean, look at the hassle we got after you did the Hearts radio, not the Heart radio.
Yeah,
the Sun was it?
Yeah,
when we didn't realise, because we don't read the paper.
I have no idea what the Sun means to people.
We didn't realise what drama people had with the Sun, and the article that Chris did was actually a really good, down to earth, genuinely honest, well written article. But people hadn't even took the time to read most of it, and the amount of hate that came out of that was awful, to the point where I stay out of stuff like this. I don't really get involved, but even I started replying to people because they were pissing me off with the way they were speaking about him. And I was just like, they haven't even read this article. They've got no idea what they're talking about. And even I got involved, and I never do that.
And there's a Facebook group that I'm in that I don't help people anymore in it.
Yeah.
Because some of the people that gave me abuse about that article were the same people who had messaged me privately on numerous occasions asking for advice. And I always help anybody who messaged me. I will always do my best to help or give you a piece of advice, whatever you need. All right. And those people messaged me privately asking for help, jumped on me.
Well, publicly jumped on you.
On a public post.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
It was bad.
Horrible, actually.
It was bad. Only Cool Stuff says, it's so sad to see adult behaving like that. It's so sad, but it seems to be part and parcel of being on socials. It does. People just thrive on drama, don't they? It's just like...
Money Mental says 12.4% up on my stocks and shares ISA. I just had a quick look then because I saw you. I'm 42% up on my stocks and shares ISA. But that's because I pay in every single week, and I've never touched it for since I opened it, like 5 years. Never draw from it. So I'm 42% up on my stocks and shares. And also, right, I had it during COVID, Andrew, and during COVID, you'll know that the stocks and shares absolutely crashed big time. And I think I remember saying to Belle, shall I draw this out now before it's too late? Because I was panicking. I was like way down. I was in negative, massive negative on stocks and shares ISA. Well, I left it, and that's what you have to do. You have to leave it. You have to ride it over the long term. 42% up I am on mine.
I'm just going back. BT's probably wishing he never asked that question now. We've just had like a right rant about it. Brett says, browsing the Mankind sale, found himself a bonsai tree growing kit.
That sounds cool, but they always die. You can never keep one of them alive, but good luck. Let us know how you get on.
Tam's trying to hit a 1.5k on his YouTube.
Good luck.
This year, so good luck with that.
Dan says, I trade part-time. I would advise everybody to buy AI stocks. If it's money you can afford to lose and wait a few years, Nvidia is up to 2,000% in the last 5 years. That's interesting.
There you go. Jason said it was the concert shirts and scarves for Michael Jackson.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it rings a bell now, Jason. I'm sorry.
He buys a lot of stuff.
I buy so much.
Of a lot of people.
I always forget.
Dan says, any tips for the first YouTube video? Were you nervous? Go back and watch one of Chris's first videos and see for yourself. I tell you what, you will not feel like you're doing bad on any of your videos, because he had not right technology, not right lighting.
My first
was stuttering, didn't know what he was doing.
My first reselling video is awful. I used the MacBook camera for starters. It was terrible. The lighting was non-existent. I would just say, just go for it, right? Technology now, like making a video on your phone. I still make all my videos, apart from the GoPro footage at boot sales and charity shops, but all my other videos are just with my phone. That's all you need. You can make top quality videos.
Lots of people putting their YouTubes in and stuff like that. So if you're not following these people, please go and follow them. Every little click helps.
I'm just scanning through the comments. If anyone else has any hot topics to talk about, go for it. Always willing to talk about anything you like. Can't wait. Paul and Julie, can't wait for the car boots to start up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, although I'm not looking forward to the early starts.
That's when I leave him to it. Ian said, Chris, you are too modest. You're easily one of the best reseller channels on YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
That's very sweet of you, Ian. But I have to agree. I know I'm biased. I have to agree.
Well, you would say that.
Not me, you.
Monumental said Christy do more car boot and charity shop videos, get himself banned and leave them all to me.
I don't think so, but nice try. Hey, remember, you moved on to our turf. All right, we were here first. You might have been in Wales, but you weren't on the side.
Get back to Wrexham. Stacey says, good job to put your safety first. Someone stable. I know, yeah. This is what I mean. You don't know who's behind things. No. You know, you don't know who's behind the comments. You really don't. It's all right saying, like, on that wanker video, sorry for the language, guys and girls, but that's what it was.
It's in context.
It's in context. You know, loads of people were saying, oh, I've knocked him out. Why didn't you confront him? Why didn't you say this? Why didn't you say that? You don't know who people are. You really don't.
Did you see the Flickmore said Birmingham Bassett's pole is famous for fights and the owners are proud of it?
Great.
Maybe it's what brings people to it.
Maybe.
I'm not sure I'd be going. Chris Tyler says Mel was talking about visiting the UK this year too.
Right.
Ooh. Thought people would think Belle would cancel everything for Sansa. I would cancel almost anything, but it's my oldest son's wedding, so I probably couldn't do that. Sorry.
Tam says it's sad to see that drama is what gets all the clicks and views, to be honest. Wish it was just good content, but that's not YouTube. You're absolutely right, Tam. It's so frustrating. Like, you work hard to grow your YouTube channel to make it
be nice.
You make it just be a decent channel, like for years and years and years. And then you see some channels just blow up, just drama and drama and drama. I don't watch those channels. Any channel that just produces fight after fight after fight at a boot sale, confrontation, theft and robbery and I unsubscribe. I can't be doing with it. I don't enjoy it. I want to see proper content.
Shabba said, how were the clown
How are the
shoes?
clown shoes? Yeah.
Tommy Trade said, if you're starting a channel on certain topics, bullet point 10 different things you could talk about, and then you have the basics for 10 video ideas, then just angle them into catchier titles. That's good advice.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Good advice. In my little black book here, my eBay book, in the back.
Now that is your eBay and not your OnlyFans book.
Yeah. At the back, I when I think of something I want to make a video about, like, you know, like if something happens, like on my eBay account, like I've got some examples, like
if you say like one more time, we're going to lose subscribers.
I can't even give you an example because some of these are not even done, but I just write it down. I just write the idea. Not all of them end up being videos, but if I think of something, or like someone sends me a message, I have a bad experience or a good experience on eBay, I write it down and I think I could make a video on that. Like, and that's how I kind of operate.
Ian G says regular boot sales will be back in about 8 weeks. Yay. 42% are mental.
It is, true. But it's over a long period, Andrew. That's the thing. You've got to be in it for the long game.
Elle says, yeah, indeed, there's a bit of reseller on reseller beef. Publicity people should just be nice. If you don't like people, we don't need to know. Peace and love to people. Yes.
I love it, yeah.
100%
totally.
Agree. The thing is, we're not the sort of people that are willing to put our reputations on the line just to air something really pathetically stupid, because it's just not worth it in the long run. Yeah, you might get a video that blows up, but ultimately, what are people thinking about you as people? Because that's what you got to live with for the rest of your life, not one YouTube video that's been up and, you know, had a few views. I don't want people thinking we're that sort of couple. We pride ourselves on being nice people that like to help and hopefully start people's week off on a Monday with a little bit of humor and good vibes.
Yeah.
So if that's ever not the case, please let us know.
Yeah. Rachel says, I have someone making snidey comments on some of my videos and I've figured out who she is. Facebook the name. And she chats away to me all friendly. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me.
That's naughty.
But yeah, people
can be two-faced, can't they?
Yeah. And this is what we were saying earlier, especially when you know people through an online channel and you don't know them directly face to face. You don't know what these people are genuinely like. And we found it, haven't we, where we've thought people have been really nice. And then suddenly something will happen and you'll think, well, maybe I didn't know them at all, because why are they being like that? And you've had a few occasions where some people have really shocked us with their attitude, that they've suddenly switched, and it's just like, this is where you need to be careful with who you're interacting with online. But hopefully, I would like to say, and I say this all the time, the people that are in our group, we very, very rarely have any drama. How often? I can't think of any drama. When have we ever had drama on any of that? We've never had drama. Often. We get the odd troll. We're clearly boring because even the trolls don't want to come and bother with us. We barely have ever had any trolls, and we've never had any drama. So,
Rachel says, I do hide the nasty ones, so then I don't have to see them again. Otherwise, I'd work myself. Yeah, try not to get yourself worked up about them. What I tend to do, Rachel, is right. If you want to have the last word to these idiots, right? When you see a comment on your YouTube studio, like when you go in the studio and you see all your new comments, reply, give it whatever you want, you know, tell them to F off, tell them something, give a sarcastic reply. And then immediately after you've replied to them, block them from your channel.
Then they can't reply back.
They can't reply back, and they get an email with your message. So they can see how you replied, but they can't reply back because you've blocked them. That's what I do like to do that quite often. Just then so I get the last word. You're not just taking it. They know that you've not just taken it. Here's my reply. Sod off. Blocked.
BT said there, of all the car boot videos that you've seen so far and many more to view, you've always been polite to sellers, please and thank you. He is. He's always polite to sellers.
Brum Reseller says, I was thinking about paying people you've been framed style to send me boot sale drama videos. There's so many though, Brum. So many. I tell you what though, one video I did enjoy, and I know I say that I unsubscribe from people when they put too much drama out. Brum doesn't put a lot of drama out, but he did put one out where he accosted somebody who taken something from a stall, and it's gone like viral, that video. I think he's got like well over 100,000 views on it. That was a good video. I don't mind that so much because you did something good. You did something for the good of reselling. But some other people might have put out a different version of that video, which I don't like it when it's a negative, when it's a real negative sort of thing. So well done on that one.
Elle says, hot topic, this eBay postage charge coming out Wednesday, which is apparently Australia only. eBay have really screwed up. Hopefully sellers don't suffer too much because of their mistake. You know what that is?
I've heard a little bit about it because I watched Married to Reselling have had this email. So I don't think it's Australia only. Married to Reselling had the email saying that they were going to be charged whatever they missed out on, whatever eBay didn't charge them for. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody in the UK gets these back charges. I haven't had any email from eBay, thankfully. So
Ian says, doing a SKU audit, I find stock that has fallen off eBay, but also finding things still listed that aren't in tubs.
Oh God, it's not unusual.
What were you doing the other day? Did you say that you were struggling with some of yours where you were in the right tubs or something?
Yeah, I'd not skewed it properly. I'd not written the box number. I'd put the stuff away, not written the box. I've done that a couple of times recently. It's going nuts. I've put stuff away and not putting the SKU in. And then when it comes to sell, just as an XX, and it's the dreaded XX, because that's what I put in when I'm listing. And then I have to change it as soon as I put it in the right box. And when I see XX, I know that I've not skewed it correctly. So I have to open every single box to find it.
Fluffy said Santa can come to the wedding. You know what? I'd happily invite Santa to the wedding, whether my children wanted that or not. More than welcome. Thomas says, all of my gambling YouTube videos are crap. My first one was probably the best one. That's probably the opposite way around to how you're supposed to go. You're supposed to get better, aren't you, as you carry on?
Tips and tricks on memory retention. That would be good.
Chris doesn't watch YouTube. Chris is YouTube. Paul and Julie says, we've only got 6 subs. Get your channel put in here then. Let's see if we can get you some more.
Brum Reseller said that drama video paid him 750 quid in ads and 800 odd subs. That's good. That's good going. But I don't class that one as your normal drama. It was a good one, that, and I can see why that one really got you so much. But I guess you can see why people just lean towards the drama. But I always think the problem with going down the drama route on a permanent basis, like constantly drama, the problem with that is it's going to come back and bite you on the bum at some point, isn't it? Because if you feature people in a video that has drama in it, next time you're at a boot sale, those people might be there and they might have watched your video and they might not be very happy about it. Also, if you show videos in charity shops, boot sales that have negative drama on it, the boot sale organizers might not be very happy about it either. They might be very happy about it, but they might be not happy about it. And they might say, you're not welcome at our boot sale anymore. So then you've got to ask yourself the question, what's your priority, YouTube or reselling? What's your biggest income? If you want to be a YouTuber, that's fine. Carry on doing the drama. If you want to be a reseller, then think carefully about how much drama you want to put out. If it's drama after drama after drama, then you have to be careful.
Dan says, what are your thoughts on wholesale mystery boxes? Be careful.
Be careful. It's a bit like buying crypto. You got to be prepared to lose your money.
Chris says, what if the Sun or mainstream media get hold of it? Never know where it might end.
Mm.
But to be fair, we've had this issue with a few people in the reselling community. The papers pick up on all sorts of stories from YouTube videos.
We went through a phase
Yeah.
of online media outlets like the Sun and some others picking up on the podcasts.
Yeah.
We went through a phase. Several of the podcasts that we did ended up as headlines on, not on actual paper newspaper, but on the online stuff, the lazy reporting.
Yeah.
We had a phase of several of those getting on.
Money Mental was one of them.
And Money Mental was one of them. Sophie, SB Reselling, now Vintage and Thrift. She was one of them.
We did kind of say that, unfortunately, once you put something out into the media, onto the public domain, it's...
If you put something out on YouTube, if you put your thoughts, your opinions, your videos out on YouTube in the public, it's fair game for anyone. It's lazy reporting, but it's fair game.
Matt says, just filled my first return as a part-time reseller. It will be interesting to see over the next year or so how HMRC deal with those that don't file a return. Post eBay logging info with them.
It's going to be interesting. I think 2025 is the year when some people are going to get found out.
Oh, Tommy Trey says, loving this group. Hope so.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that Andrew's just become a VIP. He's just joined he's just joined.
Bloody hell, Andrew's dipped into his pocket.
He has.
Thanks, Andrew. Welcome. We'll get you in the group ASAP.
Andrew says, until recently, my best hitting YouTube video was me trying bras on. Now it's me attempting to build shelves. Tam says, apart from the time you tried to steal a penguin, you're never going to live that down. Ever. Stacey said, good to protect yourself from energy vampires. I like this weekly live chat. Everyone is always nice and fun. They are, and if they're not, we will boot them. So don't you worry.
El Reventa says, married to Reselling and Kaji checked, and eBay told them both it was Australia only. Fingers crossed. Oh, okay. I've not seen that update. Is that a different update? I watched a video from Married to Reselling today where it said that they'd had this email and, you know, they're potentially going to get these charges coming their way.
Thomas says, I had one YouTube video blow up with 12,000 views in one day when I was giving horse racing tips for the Grand National, and then YouTube banned it. The most annoying thing was that I picked the winner. Oh God. Oh dear. Did you both enjoy London? We did. It was a lovely few days away. Everything went to plan, which was unusual because there's always something that goes wrong, but everything went to plan. It didn't rain, and Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, I waited 9 years to watch that thing, and it did not disappoint. It was bloody fantastic. So yeah.
I have to say, I'm not like Harry Potter's #1 fan. Belle watches it 24/7. Like every time I go downstairs and she's working, she'll have Harry Potter on.
It's in the background because I don't need to concentrate on it.
I've watched it through once from 1 to 8, and that's enough for me.
Twice a year I do the lot.
The Cursed Child play, both parts, was very, very engaging. It was really good. Very, very well done. We went to watch Back to the Future the night before, and one thing I would say about that is don't sit on the first 3 rows of the theatre because it was such a...
It's too high. The stage is really high.
So high in front of you, and this was really close, that you don't get to see half. It's proper blocked view. It's like you don't get to see half of it. Luckily, we'd already seen it in Manchester, so it didn't matter so much. But
yeah. But no, we had a
Thank you,
great time.
Dan. Yeah. Geordie Reseller says eBay's already took £34 in postage labels, which they said didn't come off my balance. So it's already happened to Geordie Reseller. Bloody hell. Money Mental's joined us. Thank you for joining us, Money Mental. You can come into the Discord. Do we even dare let Andrew into our harmonious Discord group? But I'll send you a link, Andrew. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
Because he said, ever been interested in die-cast cars as a kid or been seen to pick them up for profit?
What, sorry?
Have you ever been interested in die-cast cars or pick them up for profit?
Not really, Guzzy. No, I've not really bothered with die-casts or cars. I've seen a lot of people, like, you know, when you see in the car boots, like tubs of cars, I've seen a lot of people go say, like, how much you want for the lot? And it's like, they'll go through it, obviously, and you know, just pick out the ones that are worth it. It's not something that I've done. I don't know if I got the time for it, especially like big boxes of cars.
Sam says he sells quite a few, but Dan's pointed out, and these people are the most annoying people on the planet.
Oh, they're terrible. I hate
the
them.
auditors. Right, when I worked in Newton Abbot in Devon,
I was going to say scumbags, but maybe that's
they are. No, they are.
Is it?
They are scumbags.
Scumbags,
Their purpose in life is to pick holes in people that don't need holes picking in. But they rocked up at Newton Abbot police station, and unlucky for them, the person that came and answered the door to them was a guy who was about 3 months away from retirement and really did not give a shite. And he was hilarious when I watched the video back. He literally was pretending he was deaf. Every question they're asked, going, what? And then coming out with like something completely random that they'd not said. And he was just proper frustrating the hell out of them. It was fantastic. I loved it. But he didn't care. He was like, I'm retiring in 3 months. What are you going to do?
I hate these auditors. I hate them. They really, just to get clicks, to views, to add revenue.
That is pure drama.
It is. So rude, negative. I hate it.
They've got no respect.
No respect at all.
The behaviour is absolutely disgusting. When they rock up at crime scenes, demanding that they have all rights to be recording crime scenes and that no one can stop them, and like not giving any sort of thought to the people that are involved. They're just awful people. Awful people. So yeah, I wouldn't even give them the time of day to view it. The only one I ever viewed was that one with the guy I used to work with, and it was hilarious. He wasn't going to give them the time of day.
Newspapers have never paid me for any story, Stacey. Nope. Not a single story. Even the one where they contacted the guy from The Sun contacted me on Instagram and said, look, I've watched one of your videos or something like that. You know, would you like to tell me a bit more about how reselling works and how you make a living? And it'd go on an article, not only for The Sun, but it was going to go on all their associated pages. Like, I think it's The Sun. It goes on, what are those other, like, The Mank? What are those other online news sites that are they're all the same company, basically. I can't remember, but it's about 5 or 6 different sites. But you didn't get paid for it. It was just would you like to share your story with us, you know? And
genuinely, I will say this again, it was a really good, well-written, honest story. It was genuine. Chris did not sugarcoat being a reseller at all, and that is what they published. He did not he literally said how difficult it was being a reseller, that it's not something that is for the faint-hearted. You know, it's not something where you're going to make money overnight and become millionaires. It's hard work. It's hard slog. And he was genuinely brutally honest in this article. So if anybody had actually given the time of day to read it, they'd have probably been quite impressed. But people didn't. They just jumped on the fact that Chris was putting out there all the reselling secrets. Yeah, and it's like,
rubbish.
What a load of crap.
I know.
Yeah. Don't get me on that one. That really annoyed me.
Yeah.
Stupid people.
That lad who interviewed me, he actually, we did a video interview. We did it face to face, and he sort of took notes and stuff. He was very, very thorough, and he was a really nice lad. Yes, okay, he worked for The Sun. Doesn't mean he's a bad person.
And he didn't twist anything that
he was said. A lovely person. He said, I'll let you read it. You can read it before we publish it. Let me know if there's anything you don't like or you want to change. Such a nice lad. And the response I got from that, I did not expect. I didn't know nothing about why The Sun was bad in the Northwest, but obviously it's got a lot of negative opinions in the Northwest.
We're going to have to start.
What is the favourite item in your collection, says Dan? I don't know. What is my favourite item, babe?
Your Jurassic Park dinosaur coming through the gates.
Oh, probably that, yeah. Jurassic Park figure.
Dan says it's his 50th birthday on the 25th of January. He's just found out that Andrea's booked him a 3-course meal at the Etihad and tickets for the Champions League game against Bruges. Ooh, that is a good present.
Nice.
Chris would like something like that.
That is nice. Ian G, the rise of YouTube as a sort of extra TV channel is a wave worth riding. The quality of video work has much improved over the amateur field, but there's still some resellers with poor camera skills. I think a lot of people, Ian, now watch just YouTube channels more than TV. A lot of people. I reckon there's some people in this chat watching today who are more into YouTube than actual TV.
My boys who were like mid to late 20s, they only watch YouTube. They don't watch TV. Everything they watch is on YouTube. Nothing reselling, but it's all on YouTube.
Tea Cakes has got a Hot Wheels Subaru at the moment listed for £159. Wow.
Some good money in the right die cast.
Yeah, sounds like it. I think I might have to start looking.
Oh, his birthday's 25th of February, not January.
Dan,
That's
when a
right.
company sponsors a video, do they? Oh, yeah, they contact you first. Yeah, definitely. Normally contact you and they say, would you like to do a collaboration? And, how much do you charge, or what deal can we do? Is it for credit on our website? Is it for monetary or whatever? Absolutely. You have a whole conversation. Some will even ask you to sign a contract first as well. So yeah.
Lad Bible always is.
Lad Bible, that's it.
I unsubscribe to them because they got very bullshit. Everything
was clickbait.
Yeah, everything was clickbait.
Lad Bible is one that's also like connected to the Sun.
Yeah.
So all these people who like hate the Sun probably read a lot of the articles that are actually run by the Sun, but they're like brother and sister companies.
Hoofs and Paws says, evening, everybody would love to try and get 1,000 subscribers this year. Bloody hard, though. Well, Hoofs and Paws. Oh, it don't matter. Tam has put it in. He's on the ball.
Thank you, Tam.
Thank you, Tam. So if anybody's not subscribed to Hoofs and Paws, please do go and give them a like.
Yeah, I know that now, Lisa, but I had no idea about that at the time. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, we didn't read papers or follow anything, so we didn't
follow anything like that. I can't remember last time I watched the news.
Flipping Wolf says, when sourcing, what is your buy to sell price ratio percentage?
Don't really have one, but I like to make at least a minimum of sort of 3 times, often more than that, really. And it depends on your buy price. Like if I pay £10 for something, I really want to be getting a minimum of like 40 back. If I pay £1, I want to be getting at least £10. So the ratios are different depending on what you pay for something.
Monumental's aiming to lose subs. He wants to end the year on 2,000k. He's currently at 2,200.
Fluffy Muffin says, I don't own a TV anymore.
Dan says, I know a lot of people who don't have a TV license because they just watch YouTube. Elle says, I hardly watch TV anymore, only sports now, mostly on TV. I like reseller YouTubes as I watch my friends. They said did really enjoy the Day of the Jackal and Skeleton Crew. We watched the Day of the Jackal. That was good. We do watch a lot of TV.
Tea Cake sold 3 Pokemon packs today for $9.60. Bloody hell.
Ooh, that's good.
That's a lot.
See, I'm not a YouTube person, believe it or not. I don't watch YouTube. I the odd video is it. I don't really do it.
Flipping Wolf said, would you buy in bulk, paying £15 an item to only make 50% profit? We went to a warehouse this week and I walked away from a deal. So basically you're saying you'd pay £15 for an item, your sale price would be 30. I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. And even if all the items sold at full price, you've still got a lot of fees to pay on that. And it brings it down a lot. You're tying up your cash flow quite a bit with that. And also, you're pretty much saying that I can't take offers on it because there's not enough profit in it. Like you'd have to turn offers off, or you'd only be able to accept like £1 off or £2 or something. So no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't purposely buy an item of £15 and list it for 30. Definitely not. But sometimes it happens by accident when you make a mistake, or if you bulk buy stuff, sometimes you might only get that. Like when I'm buying sports jerseys, sometimes there might be 1 or 2 that will give me that profit, but there'll be others that will give you more profit.
I just sub to Hoofs and Paws.
Oh, nice. There you go. You got an extra sub from Belle.
I might watch Doggies. I watch Doggies on YouTube.
Ready Steady Retro said, I haven't watched TV, Netflix, etc. for over 20 years. I buy DVDs sometimes in winter, but YouTube only. Interesting. I think a lot of people.
Yeah. Right, we do need to get on with the duck race and wrapping up because it's 1:45 and I want to go to bed.
Before we do that, I need to say thank you to all our channel members and Money Mental Andrew, who's joined us tonight, who I'll add onto this list for next week. Thank you, everybody, going across the bottom there. All our members. We've had 2 other new members this week as well, which is great. Thank you, guys, for joining us. And if you join us, it's only $2.99 a month. And I only get about £2 of that because Google take a third of income from YouTube. So I only get £2 a month. It's not exactly going to make me a millionaire. I'm not in it for the money. But yeah, you get to join our Discord,
but it does help with keeping things.
It helps keeping the YouTube channel ticking over.
Yeah.
It helps us.
It's a little extra cost when we're doing like prizes and
when we do
giveaways
prizes,
and
when we
stuff
send
like that.
stuff out in the post. It helps with all that kind of stuff. Talking of prizes and postage, this is tonight's duck race prize. I forgot to put it out what it was. This, I think, came from Sue and Sarah across the road.
The Yeomans.
It's a bride and groom duck set. It's new and sealed, actually, that. But also, I forgot to put this in the Christmas duck race prize pack, and I found it earlier. It's some candy canes, peppermint candy canes, Q Santa, and that can go with it. So
for everybody that doesn't have a dentist or is on a diet, they're no good for.
If you want some candy canes and some bride and groom ducks, absolutely no relation to each other. That is tonight's duck race prize. And do you want to tell people how they enter the duck race?
I will. Santa has just told us this is the 148th duck race. Woo! But yes, for anybody that is watching that has never entered the duck race, if you would like to enter for next week, then all you have to do, once we finish this stream in a few minutes, go back onto the video that will be there, and in the comment section underneath, just leave any comment you wish, and that will then automatically enter into next week's duck race. And for anybody that enters and wins, we have been doing, and it's probably going to end up being an annual thing now, we do at the end of the year a champion of champions. So all the people that have won a duck race get put into a draw at the end of the year to win a big, well, we normally do like a hamper gift pan. So, and we'll also say thank you very much for everybody that has already donated prizes to us. That is fantastic. It really helps with keeping the duck race up and running and going. And for anybody that wishes to donate a duck race prize, please a duck race prize, just get in touch with Chris and he can have a chat with you about it. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Well done. That was good. Good update, that, babe. Well done.
There you go.
That's good. Right, are we ready for the duck race? Have we covered everything? Where's my book?
I'm pretty sure that Cookie's had enough. Here we go. Cookie had a nice new haircut for the new year, didn't you? You want to come up here? Come on. Ready? Come on. Ready? Oh, my God. Oh.
Yeah, I've covered everything I wanted to talk about tonight.
Oh.
Cookie's got a new haircut.
Cookie got a new haircut. Cookie got a new haircut. What was that noise that came out of you then?
Hey, baby.
I think Cookie needs a wee-wee, so we're going to have
to... Do you need a wee-wee?
Let's not get her going because I'll have to go or else. So get this duck race going.
Right.
And then the dog can pee.
Let's get the duck race going. How many ducks have we got in? 61 ducks in tonight's race.
Ooh. Got a few people that are signing up to the Hoofs and Paws, which is good.
That's good.
Very good.
61 ducks in the race. We are sharing the screen.
You're doing it this week. I've done it 2 weeks ago. Can't tell me you're ill this week because you've just told everybody you're feeling better.
Only a little bit bad.
Tough. You want to say hi to all your fans, Cookie?
Hello. Right, here we go. 2 minutes. 61 ducks. Off. It's a quick start from our ducks. It's all neck and neck as we go into the first few seconds of the race. Sarah B, Emsden UK, Richard Payne, Kez, Kevly of the Sales, 49 Toddy, and the Trump Duck is there. Emsden UK and Richard Payne are taking a very quick early lead there. It could be a fight to the death from those two. Monkey Thrift is close in there as well. Zest 29, Ella Derwanger, and also the Monkey Thrifter is still there. Emsden UK are absolutely storming this race. It could be an easy one for them. Jamie D with the Naked Duck, Zest 29, Disney Rich, Karen Evans, Flip and Phil, all very close. Tam's reselling life with a Naked Duck as well. We all know about Naked Ducks have a really good chance of winning. That is because there are so many Naked Ducks in the race. Emsden UK have lost it. They've peaked too soon. They've come too early. I didn't mean to say that. Dorothy Watkinson, Nothing Major, Jamie D, all in the middle of the pack. Peter Ray's Adventures disappears off into the background. Sheriff Roscoe, Shabba, Dan is now leading, and AMPR there at the bottom. Emsden UK is coming back. 30 seconds to go, and Emsden UK are coming back. Phil Higginson leading now at the moment. Carol McDonald's. Look at this. It's very, very close right now. Bell's Cozy Corner, Naked Duck, Kazi Carl, Frey Andy Bentos. Is swapping as we speak every single second. Resell for Rescue is in second. Frey Andy Bentos is flying now, literally flying to the finish line. No! Frey Andy Bentos has blown it at the last second. Who's it going to be? I don't know. It could be anybody here. It's a Naked Duck. I told you about Naked Duck. Linlin. I told you about Naked Ducks. Linlin wins the duck race.
Well done, Linlin. You have the little bride and groom duck and the candy canes.
Linlin Jeffries wins. Well done. You've got the prizes. Please, Linlin, send me a message with your full details, your address and everything, and we'll get that prize out to you probably Wednesday, assuming that I hear from you before Wednesday. And
what Fluffy said, Linlin won and everyone else was second place because there was that many.
That is it for tonight's duck race.
Linlin said about bloody time. Oh, what's that? Resell for Rescue has just done us a £5 super chat. Happy birthday, Belle. Have a drink on me.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
So sweet, Resell for Rescue. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. I'll make sure Belle gets that. I will go and buy her a...
We have a little gift voucher that Emsden sent us for a meal for us to go out, which we've got to use. So when we do that, I'll make Chris buy me a drink as well. So thank you very much.
Very kind of you. Yes, thank you very much. It was a close duck race, that really. Right at the end. Privacy, your rights. Why is that? As it's picked up. Right at the end, I didn't know who's going to win that one.
Jason said he's going through his death pile, listed 24 items for the little total of £315.
Death pile. Your death piles have so much profit in them.
They do.
I was sharing in the Discord last week. I have 2 boxes left of my death pile from the garage. When we moved here, I probably had somewhere 20 to 30 boxes of death pile stuff. And I've got 2 boxes left.
He's listed them while he's been watching us.
Wow.
That is good going, yeah.
Yeah, 2 hours? Nearly 2 hours, and you've cleared through that. Brilliant.
Items. That is really good.
Thank you, Fluffy Muffin. That's brilliant. That is impressive. You've done those. Well done.
Linlin's first win. Linlin said you've got her address.
Nice one. Thank you, Linlin. I shall try and dig out your address. Where will I find it? You know what I'm like. Facebook. Might be better off just dropping me a quick line.
Yeah, will you just send it him again? It's just easier for him to be able to...
Because sometimes I don't know whether it's on Instagram, Facebook or whatever. Just drop me a quick line so that I can find you again.
Oh, thanks, Paul. Paul and Julie, you both are number 1.
Oh, thank you, guys. And don't forget next time, if you see us in the charity shops,
say hello.
Defo. Right, we are finished for tonight. Have we got a bell end?
We do have a bell end.
Hang on a minute.
And it's not you.
Hang on a minute. Oh, it's not me for once, is it? Okay.
So are we ready?
You're going to get down, Cooks? Get down. Go on, squidgy butt.
What are we doing apart from sniffing your toes?
Come on.
Can we move?
Get down. Go on. Get down.
I'm trying. Oh, there we go. Right. So as always, guys, thank you so much for joining us to start your week off with a bang. Hope everything goes well for the rest of the week. And my final words of wisdom are keep your face always towards the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Bye.